Good morning, traders. So first of all, welcome to another Bookmap episode. Read the disclaimer. Remember, everything that we do on these Wednesday trading lessons and educational lessons with Bookmap are to teach you the order of flow. It's an edge that you have actually in the market. So read the disclaimer because everything that we share is not for trading investment purposes, but only for educational purposes. So right now we have this morning Tesla, Nvidia, and Q. We had some data, but I'm looking at GV that is spiking. GV is a stock that was up in the previous days, had a fail of 5 times out of 6. It's a stock that right now is printing high volume. You can see over here on this bar, 5 minutes, we are around 600K volume. We have a key level over here, 670, and Bookmap over here is showing a first resistance around 680 and then 7. So this market has also been, I would say, pretty hard to trade on the small caps, because if you're short sellers, you'll see that a lot of these stocks are going to push, are going to trap and squeeze. What I'm looking mainly instead is trading large caps. Therefore, today we're going to focus a lot on Tesla, Nvidia, and our A+ setup plays in the large cap land. When you trade in small caps, remember the market is very high volatile in the sense that you can have some big squeezes that, if you're a short seller, they can simply go against you and you can get squeezed for major losses. And if you are instead a long trader, a little bit like we say, less difficulty, because you can several times during a day long on dips and then, wait for pullbacks into the daily levels, into VWAP, into an NMA, and then a push. So today we're going to look at Tesla. This is going to be a trade out of the gate or we're going to look for a long above 245 and 50. You can see this accumulation around 243. We'll be looking at Nvidia. So or a rejection at 114 and fail. If NQ also will fail, or a breakout, then dips above 114 and then long. VSTE is a stock that is actually fading from pre-market. We had a key daily level around 110, now 0.86, so we're going to look to short pops. DWTX for now nothing. PRNR is a stock on SSR. We showed over here into the 190. You can see this high liquidity. Okay, so this was a pretty easy one, maybe the easiest with RNAS as well. And then right now we have GV that is actually extending. We have a lot of volume. Also, GV, I don't know if you have traded this in the past days. It's a micro float around 3-4 million float. We have a news over here. So Vision Ventures into the new energy vehicle battery swap field in Hong Kong, providing strong assurance for sustainable revenue growth. What I'm looking to trade on GV, well, we have 6 gaps in our list, and 5 times this was a fader on day 1. So ideally we'll be looking to take a short on this play. Okay, team. So looking for a play this morning to short on on GV. So welcome everybody and good morning. For who just came, remember we're looking at several large cap stocks this morning. So we'll be looking these at the gate, Tesla, Nvidia, also Amazon SPY. So we'll be looking at some ETFs, some indexes. News came over here at 8:30. So market start pushing NQ, Tesla, Nvidia. Tesla over here bounced like around 6 points. It found the level over here of topping around 245. You can see that we had this 245. We got some short in the room in this 244.70 to 244.50. And then you can see the dip over here, 242.80, right? So we had a dip over here, started like bouncing all the way up. So waiting at the gate, what is going to be my plan? Or we break this 245.50 and then we're looking for buying dips, or we fake out this 245.50, 246, and we're looking for an unwind. I have Bookmap over here that is set to heat maps. You can see over here the configuration, at least 400 share size minimum for what concerns Tesla. Every large cap is different, so don't use the same one, for example, for NVIDIA or others. All right, so we have a few minutes for a coffee break. Okay, so coffee break, and then we'll start. Coffee break, and then we'll start, team, okay? Coffee break, and we'll start. 5 minutes to go. I'm gonna write over here so that you can see on the monitor. 5 minutes, coffee break, and then start. Be right back. One second. All right, team. So let's start with the plan. We have 17 minutes to go. Welcome back. Bookmap episode. So we're looking into order flow reading. First of all, I would take over here a watch into a watch into Tesla. All right. So Tesla was just measuring over here from the starting of the year, actually end of December. We got a dip at minus 56%. So Tesla traders lost minus 56%, okay, in about a few months. Okay, so this is, I believe, one of the biggest loser in the major seven, or the big seven, you know, Nvidia, Amazon, Apple, and so on. We can look, for example, at Nvidia. It also failed, but not 56%. Amazon as well, and more. Looking at Tesla again, you can see that the trend is actually bearish, okay? We have some, from time to time over here, let me take it of this. We have from time to time small bounces, just as you can see here, okay? Another one over here, another one over here, but the trend is simply down. So we are downtrending. Therefore, the best opportunity for me is to short. In days where we're simply bouncing, I'm looking to or avoid to trade or simply take a smaller position. Why? Because I want to trade towards the main trend, which is bearish, okay? So all these days where the market simply collapsed, look at this day over here. This was a bounce day, this was a bounce day, and then market collapsed again. What I actually started doing, I always trace my trend lines over here, and I simply wait that the trade, or actually the stock is out of this range. So out of this range, market collapse. Out of this range, collapse some over here, continuation over here, continuation over here. So right now we are bouncing, and when I start seeing, when I will start be seeing that we have this pattern, then I'm gonna trade over here with a full size position, okay? For now, I'm looking at this key level, where also the market could potentially pop into this area of supply and then fail. So essentially, I'm looking only for A plus short play. Okay, so this is Tesla. My A plus setup will be shorting or on trend break and rejection, or into supply area with stuff and lower high, okay? Whenever I'm looking at these levels, so 250 or a trend line break and rejection, then I'm looking also the confirmation with Bookmap if I have that liquidity stacked so that I can trade with the low risk, okay? This for me is going to be the plan for this morning. We have also to read, okay, when we're trading, of course, large caps, we also have to read what? We have to read the indexes. So we have to read NQ, we have to read SPY, because say, for example, NQ will simply start dumping this morning. I'm going to directly look to start shorting NQ, and also Qs, and also Tesla, and also Nvidia. They're all connected. This is an Nvidia on an hourly chart, and you can see this trend line over here for the last weeks. So even here, you can see the market dropped, bounced a little bit, bounced, and then dropped again, bounce, drop, bounce, bounce, drop, a little bit bounce, drop. And over here now we're bouncing. So we're actually going to this liquidity area, which is 19,800, 19,900. So we have over here what? We have a supply area. We have a trend line. We can also put over here another trend line. And the A plus, okay? So following the market, what I'll be looking at this, or I'll be looking for a trend line break, pop, and rejection. This is what I'm looking on NQ for today or tomorrow, okay, team? So NQ forecast, we can put NQ. Now, if NQ will start pushing, consolidating above 19,800, 19,900, then I'm not looking anymore to short, but I'll be looking to take an intraday long position. But if we're going to have a stuff into the supply area on NQ, and I see a good setup on NVIDIA, and I see a good setup on Tesla, then my idea is to use NQ as a guide and look at NVIDIA, Tesla. You can also be watching Apple, Amazon, Meta, whatever you prefer, the big seven, to fail and use NQ as a guide. Okay, is it clear, team? All right. So this is what I'm looking for, the large caps. If you are on Discord, I can only, being that I have a bigger monitor, I can only share over here Bookmap if you want to see the charts. So our trading strategy template, and also Bookmap. Please refer to YouTube. I need to do this because otherwise, if I start screening the entire screen, you'll be seeing Bookmap too small. For the YouTube link, team, just simply go on YouTube Bookmap. Okay, if somebody can post a link, thank you also very much. In large caps, we have a plan which is mostly looking and waiting for the continuation on short. In the large cap land, I'm looking for, in the small cap land, I'm looking for gappers. This morning, one of the gappers that we're looking at is TRNR. So TRNR, we can right away see over here that likes to gap, extend, and then fail, extend and fail, extend and fail. We have some key levels. These key levels over here are 240s and 210s. Okay, so these are going to be the levels this morning where we have, of course, bag holders. Okay, so TRNR, bag holders levels to short play. Okay, remember, it's a stock on SSR today. We already have failed this morning. We came very near that daily level over here at 210. We gave an alert on the short after this spike. Now it's faded. Let's see if we're going to extend again $1.90 or $2 to short. Otherwise, nothing else. WTX is another small cap. This morning spiked into the 15. We have timestamps. We alerted this in the room at 14. But bars were pretty expensive, and not all the brokers have the bars. On Bookmap, the play was confirmed by Bookmap. I was looking at the level of 15. This came into this area of 1450 with a huge heat map. You can see this major seller. This means that we have sellers over here on the book, okay, already placed. And I alerted for doing short at 14. This is something that I prefer to trade on a larger account, not too much on a small one, because it's a $15 stock. It was a little bit spready, also expansion borrows. So you want to have like a larger account on this. I will be changing this into VSTE. And VSTE is one small cap that has history of fading. Okay, so we did a little bit of research this morning on VSTE. This is actually VSTE. So this day over here, this week, actually extended. But the majority of these VSTE gaps given on news, right? So that they press out they come out with a press release, they pump it, and then it fails. You can see this was a fail, this was a fail, this was the gap fail, this was a little bit of gap over here, but popped and failed, and this is today. So we can go into an hourly chart. I start looking at levels over here on the chart. I see this major supply over here, 130, 150. The plan for me this morning is to short VSTE. We had the first trend line break and rejection, retest over here this high, and now it's fading. So what I'm looking to do this morning on BST, the strategy is telling me, and you can see over here, gap and crap. We have Bookmap up. I will need to filter Bookmap over here now to 300. By the way, congratulations team to Smiley. Smiley's a future trader in the room because this week he made his first four figure and he's gonna wire out. So I said that's beautiful. That's a beautiful, I would say, first goal. Okay, he's trading futures. He will share also charts, and often he shares, like in the futures trading room, what he's doing. So congratulations, you buddy, you did it good. So VST, the best area for me to short is going to be again into this supply area, okay, around 0.95 for 102. You can see also that we have heat map levels at 102, 105. So if we can pop over here, VST, I'm going to update VST, pop to 0.96 for 102, too short. Okay, we're looking for a gap and crap setup or pattern. All right, so looking for a short play on VST. We have 6 minutes to go, so we are ready on NQ this morning, on Nvidia, on Tesla, on TRNR, but TRNR simply right now faded, VST, and the last one is GV. Okay, so let's put over here GV. Now, I want to share with a few things over here with Bookmap and the stock itself. So first of all, this is GV on a daily chart. Okay. The first thing I like to do every single morning is put in those levels where the price simply bounced or rejected, and levels that were tested multiple times. Start looking, as this is part of my process, at days where we had volume, the float, the history of the stock, how it moved in the previous weeks. This stock had 6 gaps. Okay, 6 gaps. We can write over here. So we had 6 gaps. 5 times faded on day 1. Okay, we have an eye forecast fader. Okay, so looking for a fader. Key technical levels over here, we have definitely this 870. You can see that we got this 885, 870 over here, also this dip. So that's for me a very good, interesting area. Let's see also with volume days. Yeah, that's a pretty good level for me. That area. We have bag holders. Look at the amount of volume that we trade over here. Then we have a resistance over here around 660. And now we can go into the 1 minute chart. Okay, so this is our level of, let's say, the major level of liquidity, the major level of bag holders. A lot of volume over here traded between this area $7.50 till $9. You can put volume profile, or you can simply look at the history where the majority of the volume was traded, like on a daily basis. This morning we had news on this, so pretty good volume. $7 over here, trading 400K per minute. It faded out to the VWAP. So at the gate, I'm looking for a pop into the 780 or 885 too short. Okay, so GB 780 and 885 too short. The level that I see on heat map this morning is over here around 8. So we're gonna put this with a, I would say, limit. You can see over here a limit of liquidity around 1K. This is going to be interesting. At the gate, we'll be seeing, I believe, some good patterns. I don't look to go long over here. I'll be looking more for a pop and fill short. Okay, so I wrote the plan for everybody into the Trading Live and watch list. Another thing about GV. It's stock that likes to pop, okay? So don't start shorting, the front side of the move. If you're early, as we spoke in the previous day, trade, like 10% or maximum 20% of your position. Also remember the disclaimer. I have to say this because we are like on YouTube Live for Bookmap. The educational, today is for educational purpose only, so don't treat anything that we say as an investment advice. Okay, read the disclaimer. Now, what we're doing in the room is trading key levels using a precise trading strategy with rules. And these strategies, which are formed by order flow, so the read of Bookmap, they're formed by patterns, so setup that are back testing the market. How we do that back testing, I've been sharing this like multiple times. So we have JTrader, and that on our backend soon will be available. I mean, some more features also for you. On our backend, we can simply track the market and see a pattern, how this performed, for example, in the previous 6 years. I always say this doesn't mean that you're gonna be, if the pattern is working 60% of the time for 3R, you're gonna be like, multi-millionaire, because trading, even if you have a good strategy, is not only about the strategy itself, but it's also about management, about patience, about discipline, and feeling in your comfort zone to trade as I would say, the best as possible. Okay, 50 seconds to go. Again, good morning if you just arrived over here. The main plays that we'll be looking are going to be NQ, Nvidia, Tesla, TRNR, but I don't expect anything for now. Be looking at this at 180. VST, if ideally we can push to 0.96 or 102. GV bounce in front of VWAP, we can push around 780 or $8, or if we have more extension, 885. Okay, good luck. Put your risk, okay, so don't over risk. Let's see what the market is going to do over here. Okay, open over here. So watching NQ, VST dump. So NQ, why I'm watching this Q? Because actually NQ is over here. I like to short on a small pop Tesla. So looking at Tesla short on pops at 248. Okay, so looking to Tesla, the short plays with the target 244. Tesla TP 244. You see the biggest sellers over here on Tesla 248. So nice pop in fail, looking for the 1 minute J lines. Insane volatility on Tesla over here. So you can see how this is dropping fast to this 46. Nvidia is pushing, and Q is holding over here the J lines. GV. Tesla now, you can use risk break even. VSTV at the J lines, so let's see if we can have a little bit more push. Pop on GV. GV is popping into that golden zone area. Let's see. My bear. Yeah. Failed on VST from the J lines. So you can see over here, the system on this J Slim tells you short. Sharing the position over here on Tesla soon. We'll see to get out first. I believe that NQ is not going to do it for the long side. So I believe this is going to be a good fail. But if we remain below the supply area, okay? So we have to be very careful and patient, sorry. Supply area over here. So this is the supply that ideally would like NQ rejects. So exactly, remember, this area over here of supply. And if we reject here, you know, major short position on Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, and all the rest. So NQ is going to be the guide, okay, team? And Cabo went short over here on 760 on GV, so good play. VST, J-line rejection, TRNR, nothing really for now, so I would simply avoid this. Let's see if we have something else. SPHL, LFMD, LFMD also, LFMD. So LFMD over here, we had earnings few days ago. Major key level at 7, so we're a little bit far from 7. NQ is extending, and you can see how they're related, right? So NQ is extending, and you can see we had a dip at the J lines. I'm not long on NQ. At the same time, Nvidia is extending, and also Tesla is extending. But as I said before, we have to look how it's gonna, if it's gonna reject over here NQ from this level. It's making a J slim very fast on Tesla. So taking a short scalp on Tesla. So putting myself on the ask. Watching for key level 249s to short Tesla. Because we have that supply on NQ, because there's supply 250 on Tesla. So we'll be seeing if we have a level there that is stuffs or not. I like to keep over here now, team GV and also LFMD. Tony over here, everything good on Bookmap? Thank you, William. So William is saying many forms for yesterday's acquisition on LFMD. Meanwhile, I'm checking the scanner. LFMD is still going, so waiting. Watching Tesla, NQ, Nvidia, NQ near the supply area. Watching GV that failed below the VWAP and reclaiming the VWAP. GV breaking very easily that 745. Tesla near the 250. Watching for a potential trigger short. So what I'm watching on Tesla is this level over here, team. You can see this huge level of 250, but everything depends by NQ. Start over here, Tesla short. Let's see if I get filled, 248 and 80. So when I have these levels, I try, okay, getting fill now. I try to get fill on the ask, so the risk is very, very small. I'm risking 250. But NQ needs to reject. So watching over here, Tesla, I have my stop set. That huge volume over here. GV is rejecting always the golden zone. VSTA target is going to be 0.60s. NQ is still popping. So we need to wait over here to see NQ fading more. SDI is pushing a little bit. SPHL also. So SDI, SPHL. Liquidity area both on Tesla and both on NQ. Still strong over here at Tesla, so we did good to take our cut. GV back to the 1 minute J lines. And this is one of the reason why I like Bookmap. So you can see or with dots, or it's simply with candlesticks. So if you want also dots, you can put this. So you see the liquidity over here that is executed. So the bigger the dot means the more liquidity was executed. But you can see also here that the majority of these dots are green, so buyers in control. As soon as we broke this 250, our risk was 250. We got a $1 stop over here, and this curl over here, you can see that the volume that came in. Look at these buyers. So now we're still making our lows, our highs, still holding EMA, waiting for a play. We could have still a short play, so this is not saying it's gonna go up all the way. LFMD, this was clear. You can see this push came around 650. It's not my daily level. My daily level is 7. That's the reason why I didn't touch it. GV, maybe the best play over here, because at 9:35 you can see that popped, came to this liquidity area 765. System over here, look, it gave us a J slim, this arrow. So once the bar starts forming over here, this is your short play. So 740, okay, we had the confirmation over here, exactly this point. This was a short play. Let's see what else we had. So Nvidia breaking liquidity, still strong, still pushing. The WTX is nothing for now. TRNR faded, so we can cancel this. VSD, the unwind over here from the J lines. So NQ, I would say much more stable versus Nvidia and Tesla. Remember this morning we're looking at this supply area, okay, this zone over here. It couldn't break over here this pre-market high level. We had over here some rejection, some stuffs, and then it faded over here back to our support over here, our J lines. At the same time, if you see that fading, now what it's doing is Tesla and Nvidia are doing exactly the same. So Nvidia over here starting to make lower highs, lower lows, and Tesla making lower highs, lower lows. So that is your play that you actually can short from the supply on Tesla, supply on Nvidia, supply on NQ. Okay, so we have like a confluence over here. Let's see the SDE that is pushing. This over here, team, if we can stay below this VWAP at 88, 89, it's going to be a good short. Let's see how we're going to have Bookmap now, okay? So watching the SDE for a short. Pop and fill. So we got some fill 0.88. Let me share over here the execution. So I'm putting over here into the room. So short play on VSD. Why? Because we have a confluence of J lines, VWAP. Okay, so I'm sharing the chart into the trading live so you can all see the execution of that. And it's simply, I don't want to say easy because this was fast. Once I start seeing like this big seller, this coming and the pop over under the VWAP, okay? So you don't want to short when it's going up. You want to short when this fails. So you want to short this area over here, okay? Actually, let me put it in this way. This is where you want to short it, okay? So let's take some profit over here, 0.76. So decent one. Decent one over here. So from 0.86, 0.87 to 0.76. And now we're holding for the next target 0.60, okay? Next TP 0.60. So a good trade over here. Not particularly big, but very good use over here of Bookmap. Yeah, we can put the dots. So if you want the volume dots, this is what you will see. So green, 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 again green, and then boom, they're starting selling over here. So all red dots, okay? You can have that add to your chart if you prefer it. Watching OPRX. Setting up a short over here, 640s. OPRX, 640 short. NQ down, so we'll bring the market down. So OPRX. Liquidity at 660. Beautiful, bro. Perfect timing by Bully. Perfect timing by Bully. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very similar. Very similar over here. Let's hold. Let's try to hold. Okay, so we had over here the play alert at 640. Hope you took it on OPRX. And now over here, OPRX is back to 620. You can risk break even. And what we need to do, we need to see the breakdown of this trend line, okay? So NQ supply area rejected. Tesla came down as well. NQ, Tesla, same play, and also Nvidia. So when before we're talking about wait for, the trend change or the supply rejection, okay? And have a confluence of a supply area on NQ, a supply area on Tesla, or supply area on Nvidia, according to what you will be trading, okay? That is, so align things together, have a confluence, then you have more odds to your side for a possible fail. This over here in Q is, we'll say, a good supply. And you can see then how Tesla here faded as well. VST, have patience. You want to see 0.60 and lower. If we break this VWAP on OPRX, it will die. So you want to see a breakdown of the VWAP on OPRX. Big heat map is 650. If we have this trend line break, we'll die. Okay, so what I'm looking over here, liquidity at 650. Half dollar number is always important. Level that I wanted was 7. Risk a break even, so you don't have, that big loss in case things won't pay. Okay, and never, make a winning trade, get into a losing trade. And that is again OPRX. Okay, that's the reason why we were just saying you have to risk your break even and then a stuffy mode. GV, the J lines. So if we popped into the VWAP, we'll look to short. So I'm adding this to the plan. So GV, wait, VWAP to short, OPRX, high institutional ownership, wait, trend line to short. For now, volume came back, avoid shorting. NQ, J line rejection equal short, Nvidia, Tesla stay short. So often what we see in this market, trend line rejection, okay? So trend line over here, rejection. Now I would like to see a pump or like a pop till 7710 because this is the VWAP. Often we see this area over here really being good to recycle shares, and then we'll be looking for unwinding. GV breakdown, so no bounce, simply straight down over here. And I want to see, yeah, this is Bookmap on GV. The brutal breakdown over here, all down. So GV stays short if you're short. VSD stays short. Target 060, GV 540. NQ and Vita Tesla stay still short. OPRX, let's see if we have a trendline break and rejection to short it. OPRX, trendline break. Well done, buddy. Patience on GV, okay? And you can see, team, you have that major J Slim over here. But you have to be fast. This is a beautiful play. So you simply look at the template, tells you short. That's it. OPRX, good trendline break. Would like to see VST now to the lows. And NQ over here still bearish. We have another stock that is gapping, is CRVO. The only thing, team, be careful because we have an SSR with a high percentage short float. So you know that SSR, short float, and micro float are scary. News also over here. Phase 2 clinical study. Daily breakout. See, RVO, careful, okay? DWTX, you can see this is a stock that is extending, as we were saying before. We have some more key levels, so we can put this over here. We have a key level here around 20. And this stock is not a day one. Day one was over here, day two, day three. We are on day 4. So DWTX. So VSD continue to hold this, CRVO squeezing. A small half day fake out on this DWTX, but there's also 20-cent spread, so be careful in trading this. Nice heat map. I want to share how to use heat map over here. So nice heat map supply that you can see at 330, 340, and parabolic move. Okay, so would we stop over here? This would eventually be a good play. But I will simply say, newbies, simply avoid shorting small floats with volume and also SSR. Okay, so be very careful on that. Well, 330. Beautiful play over here. Pure. DWTX dump, but this was U spread. OPRX dump from this trend line. Tesla came to a key level 245. And over here, team, we're still short on GV and VSTE. Okay, so let's watch this. Like to see a drop till 0.60. That's the target, okay? Focus only on A+ setups. This is Tesla. This is a long play on Tesla for a scalp. Level over here, 246. VWAP and Bookmap. And also over here, 245.50, 246, use heat map. That's a good play. Okay, so you can see the confluence of Bookmap here and the supporter here, the Zenos over here. Also, we are at the, say, 246, so hold our number. Fail over here on GV dipped into this 560, 570. You can see the reason why, okay? So the technical reason. Look at this liquidity that is stacked over here, 560. And these are the things that you have to look. Because you are short, let's say from golden zone or VWAP projection, and the target that you know from the strategy is down here at 540. But then also you start looking where you can take profit, or will possibly this will bounce. Look at the liquidity that we have over here, 567. Okay, as soon as we dip, start like bouncing, and over here they canceled. Okay, you know, not they were actually spoofing, but they canceled. BSD new lows, hold it. And that's Tesla. Look what a major move. Beautiful Tesla from the dip into zeros, huh? Beautiful. Look over here. Beautiful. We'll share more on BSTE when I'm done with the stock. 0.86 and another count 0.88 short play. GV, we would like this to melt all the way down. Yeah, I believe the most interesting right now is Tesla, and following this move that is actually doing. Attaccato alla sua linea, mi sa. Che mappa. Tesla right now, target is gonna be 250, 250, and then 255. Let's see if we can hold this 250 and push more. And again, remember, we are still counter trend on Tesla, on NQ and Nvidia, because the market is still bearish. So remember what we explained. So this means what? This means we're actually only going long with less size and only for like more scalp play. All right. VSD, hold it, yep. DWTX, I'm not short. We have another J Slim over here. GV, hold it. Ideally would like to see 5. This morning, team, if you can see, we had a lot of these J Slim plays, so pretty good. The first one, the WTX over here, didn't really work, but the second one was a killer. Also on GV, all the way down. Tesla for more, so currently with the 90 MA. Volume coming in. But it says tough level is the supply area this morning. You can see also the heat map stacked. So if still it has a long play, yes. Why? We're still making higher lows. We're still holding this 90 MA. Once we crack over here the 90 MA and we crack 248 and 20, then it's going to be a fill. So whenever you trade, you have to look at the price action. In this case, we can see that we had a dip over here with Bookmap. So exactly this point, right here. Big Bookmap dip. And then we started making a higher low. And we came over here to a new high, higher low, and a lower high. Now, if we break over here this level 248 and 20, which is this support over here, then I believe we're going to unwind, okay? So this over here. And look on the larger picture, what Tesla is doing. So we're not really breaking that supply area yet. So remember always to read the bigger picture. We're in the supply area. So if today we're going to reject on the trend line break, okay? Remember on the trend line break, I'm looking to short, so here. Okay, team. In this case, Bookmap is, you can see very good breaking down the previous relative low, making lower highs and lower lows right now. So we have to take everything out from the long play. Let's see. VSD is small bounce, GV over here, small bounce as well. Okay, let's go back over here. So on Tesla, first of all, let's review the NQ, right? Supply area, how we trace the supply area. Well, we looked at where the price dipped. We looked over here at this level of supply. We can actually do this. Okay, this is a pretty good level of supply. So the price this morning got into this level and started rejecting. Okay, there's still not a backside of the move, but I like the fact that we rejected, so we actually can see that there are like supply. So we have like sellers, bag holders over here. They want to unload because it's a pretty good bounce. And on a lower time frame, this is a channel. I would say our channel. There we go. So you can see higher lows, higher highs until we are below this level. I'm still short bias in the medium term. And then we look at Tesla, which is actually doing the same. Okay, so Tesla, what actually is doing over here is bouncing this morning, but is rejecting with a wedge here. So you can see this rejection. Okay, so we can see a wedge on Tesla. Tesla wedge formation from supply area. And what exactly this? Well, if you break, we're going to start looking for a major short for the day. Okay, so on break, looking for a rejection for a major short today. In NVIDIA as well, you can see over here we start like breaking this wedge. VST, the play, we share the play. What about VST? What about why taking these plays? Why we're looking for a short versus over here instead of taking a long, okay? Because this stock started to fade over here more than 10% from the pre-market high, high forecast fader, bag holders, resistance, bad financials. So whenever I see a price that is pops and starts to reject, we start looking for that fail, we start looking for that rejection to trade, and then we're looking for this unwind. So we'll be looking for 0.60, even maybe 0.50. Okay, so we want to look for that play. GV, almost the same. In this case, we bounce above the VWAP. Pretty good key level over here, $7.70 and $8. Okay, so into our golden zone, this area. Okay, this is our golden zone. This is where actually, if you see stuff like this, okay, so if you see a wick, if you see like big sellers, you want to trade with. This is a very low risk entry. I like this. Qualcuno fra poco?
Solo col signore che devi
A
parlare.
c'è?
Sì,
Ah, ok.
mi hai detto 10 minuti.
Ok, bene. Sì, va bene.
E dopo come fai? Se vuoi venire.
Domani c'ho anche quello. Domani no quello?
Vai, questo, solo questo.
C'ho anche col signore alle 10, ma.
That's right. Gli chiedo se può fare 4.
No, va bene. Waiting for this break on Tesla here. It takes a lot of patience over here, right? Because you would like to jump over here in a trend line break. It doesn't really work like that. So we have to wait a trend line break and then a rejection. So a fill of 245 and rejection of that would be the best, or 245.50 and a rejection. I see in the room, they're looking at CRVO. No, traders, don't trade CRVO. As we said, CRVO is an SSR. We have a daily level at 430, okay, but it's an SSR, and it's a small float, and this is volume. So CRVO, worst setup to trade, SSR with volume and small float, equal killer. Only long plays, okay. Why you have to do it? No, you don't have to. Now look at Tesla over here. So actually bouncing up again. We're still in this wedge, okay? So we have to wait. C is long on actually CRVO. So good. Few things, traders. I will drop over here in Discord for Bookmap, or also you can see on YouTube my page a link to the bootcamp. So it's a free 10 lessons, okay? So it's about 1 hour and 30, 1 hour 40 minutes. It's a 10 lessons. You just simply have to click, put email, and you receive a lesson on tape, a lesson on setups, a lesson on stocks, a lesson on back testing, a lesson on the process you have to do in the morning. Again, what we trade are setups that are back tested over time. Then it's about, you know, only being disciplined and patient to trade them. Right now, what I'm looking to do is to mentor traders, because I've seen so much success from traders in my mentoring program. And the other thing is, we're gonna also have, just to tell you, a academy training from the 2nd to the 6th of June. One is gonna be next week, but from the 2nd to the 6th of June, you can come over here to trade. We're gonna be 5 days full trading. We also mindfulness and mindset exercise. Going to be also the gym. We're going to have like a diet together, training together. So it's going to be a 5 days full. Okay, so it's around 10:22, 2023. I need to step out a little bit earlier this morning, and then I'm going to be back around 1 p.m. to see how it's going. And thank you for following in the meantime. Good luck for your trading. And if you need, reach out. And also, rewatch these videos that are uploaded on YouTube, because they're very helpful. So good luck and thank you.